Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. On this channel, we try to cover as much reality TV news, trending topics, celebrity news, entertainment news as we can. And today we're going to be talking about Louisiana is ate up with the mosquitoes right now. Oh my goodness. Literally one was just flying and made me go cross-eyed. Um Okay, so today we're going to be talking about former Teen Mom star Janelle Evans Easton, as she is in the middle of a nasty divorce with her soon-to-be ex-husband David Easton. The couple split up back in February of this year, and anybody that knows this couple, we know it's been a hostile, very up and down roller coaster relationship. They have had CPS step in the relationship twice and remove their kids. There has been over 20 phone calls to 911. There's been allegations of ABUSD, her calling 911 saying that David attacked her and broke her collarbone. There has been so much around this couple. It's kind of sad. Honestly, it's really sad when you think about the kids, the fact that they have had to endure all of this. It is very, very, very sad. So I hope Janelle can get this divorce and get some closure and can move on with her life and be the best parent possible for those kids and actually change their life and make it a way that it should have been. Because surely with David there, she wrote in her statement to get the DVRO. Because after they split up in February, a few days later, she filed with the court to get a domestic violence restraining order against David to protect her and her children. She wrote in the order that she wanted David to undergo a mental evaluation. She talked about the family walking around on eggshells whenever he was home because you didn't know what was going to set him off. And that if he did get set off, he would curse the kids, he would curse in front of the kids, he would call them slurs. He would say things like, I want to leave these kids and never see them again. Just really nasty things. And let me tell you something. I don't think Janelle's like the best by any means at all. But these two together and the children have to endure both of their attitudes, craziness, instability. That seems like a disaster and a horrible situation for those poor kids. So I hope that she can get rid of him and move on with her life and actually focus on the children. Either way, everybody that's coming in saying that this is their first live, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all. Kim, Britt, who all is it? I know I missed one up here. Everybody coming in saying this is your first live. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. So let me tell you guys. So she filed for the DVRO, and they had a court date set, which was 2 weeks ago. David showed up in court without an attorney. Now, they both showed up to court late, and they were both 15 minutes late. But one of the reasons David was late was because he saw Janelle Easton's old attorney, Dustin Sullivan, in the hallway and tried to hit Dustin Sullivan up to represent him. Hey, Amy B. First live here too. Also, I watched Teen Mom, the family reunion. Hey, Colton, was that your page they were talking about? Where they were like a Teen Mom fan page? Was that you? Was that on your page? I couldn't remember. Anyways, shout out if it was. That's freaking awesome that you made it on the show, which you probably have before. But anyways, sidetracked. I get so sidetracked. But anyways, they had court again today. When they went 2 weeks ago, he didn't have an attorney. He tried to hire Janelle's attorney in the hallway, Dustin Sullivan. He was like, even if you just stand in today for me, even if it's just today. And Dustin was like, no, man, I can't do it. So he went in to the courtroom. He lied to the judge and told the judge, oh, my bad. I went into the other courtroom. That's why I'm late. Now, listen, I don't think the judge bought it because David Easton has been to that courthouse and to those courtrooms more than enough times to know which courtroom is for what. Which courtroom is civil, which courtroom is criminal. Like, he knew where he was going, but he lied. He lied. He was out there trying to hire representation. But either way, he told the judge, I don't have an attorney. I would like to get a continuance. So 2 weeks ago, the judge was like, okay, we're going to continue it. We're going to set the date for April 25th. I'm going to give you 2 weeks. David did not like that back then. He was like, I need more than 2 weeks. I need more than 2 weeks. Probably because David knew Where am I going to get any money from in 2 weeks? David probably wanted like a month, 2 months, 6 months, like a decent size continuance to give him ample time to make money to hire an attorney. But he was given 2 weeks. So that was today. This is them. This is David scrolling up the court or leaving court. How does he have money for tattoos, though? You know what? I don't get that. I don't get that, Colton. Celebrities who they're like, we're broke, we're about to lose our vehicle, and then you see them getting like a sleeve, or you see them getting tattoos. I don't know. I know some people say, oh, well, they're probably getting tattoos on like a sponsorship deal, and maybe that's the case for David. Maybe his was like a sponsorship deal, like, hey, I'll do your tattoos if you promote it and post it. I will say for Pumpkin and Josh from Mama June, when Pumpkin was talking about how they were about to lose their van, it was about to get their car, it was about to get repossessed. Josh's birthday came and she asked people to send money to his Cash App because they were so broke. Literally, like 2 weeks later, they were both getting, he got a big chest piece, she got a sleeve. And a lot of people said that because a lot of people argument was like, how do you have money for tattoos if you don't have money to pay your bills? And because I'm on these fan pages, people was like, oh, they probably get them for free for sponsorships. And I was like, yeah, probably. Well, the dude that actually does Pumpkin and Josh's tattoos commented and was like, no, they don't. I don't ask them to promote me, and I charge them full price. So maybe he got a deal where he was, able to promote it, maybe not. But yeah. Did you see David's live just after court? I didn't. I should have been looking for it, but I didn't. Um, I don't think either one of them was happy today, honestly, with what took place. But the Ashley broke the story of them coming out of court because they had court today. And let's see, it says the Ashley can exclusively reveal that Janelle and David were both in North Carolina County Courthouse today to represent their cases to the judge in regard to the DV restraining order that Janelle recently requested for herself and her children. They split in February. They had the first hearing 2 weeks ago. Today, both parties were on time. Janelle arrived at the courthouse with her TikTok lawyer in tow while David came solo, only to tell the very aggravated judge that he needs even more time to prepare for his case. 2 weeks ago, David stated that he needed a continuance in the case to have time to obtain a lawyer, something he admitted on Thursday he still has not done. David confessed in court that the reason he has no lawyer is because he can't pay for one. David told the judge, I can't afford an attorney, adding that he has spoken to an attorney, but he can't afford to pay one. David was seen begging Janelle's former attorney, Dustin Sullivan, to represent him at the hearing 2 weeks ago. Dustin said, no way, Jose. Now, Janelle's lawyer was very unhappy. Janelle and her attorney were very unhappy that David was asking for another continuance. They fought hard to have the hearing take place today. The judge was also unhappy, but agreed to grant a 3-week continuance. The judge made it clear that there will be no more continuances after this. That the next hearing, they're going to follow through no matter what, regardless if David has an attorney or not. So 3 weeks from today, there will be another court date. Even if he doesn't have a lawyer, they're going to go through with it. Which, in my opinion, is just going to mean Janelle's going to get her DVRO, which I feel like she needs, to be honest. I think those kids need to be protected. I think Janelle needs to be protected because I think David is a ticking time bomb. Either way, the article says it's not surprising that David is unable to pay for a lawyer. In Janelle's filing for legal separation, Janelle stated that David has refused to work for the majority of their marriage, yet he still spends money recklessly. Janelle noted that she is the only one earning an income for the family. She said David recklessly spends the party's money, which Janelle solely earns, in other ways to be shown at trial. David has further committed marital misconduct in that he excessively uses alcohol and has not maintained consistent full-time employment for a number of years. Janelle and David will meet up at court on May 16th. Okay. They actually has an update. David immediately jumped on TikTok after the court hearing to beg for money. Oh, that's hard. That's tough. Okay. It says, yep, he jumped on TikTok to beg for money. He said, I can get an attorney when I have the money for an attorney. That's why I'm on here talking to you guys, so I can raise some money for an attorney. I've got money, but I don't have any extra money to pay an attorney. That's not in my budget at all. Do you know how much an attorney costs? I'm trying to work on my truck, my boat. I've got other stuff I need to spend money on. I've got bills, I've got rent, I've got electricity. Rent? Well, I guess there's like a doc fee. Nobody offers free attorneys for civil court. That does not exist. That has to be criminal court. David repeatedly asked his followers to engage in his live so he could profit off of it. We're trying to raise some money to get an attorney to beat Janelle in court, David said. I've got to get an attorney. I just need time to raise the money to get an attorney. It costs a lot. David went on to claim that Janelle's request for a protective order against him is bogus. No, it's not. I don't think so. My opinion. No matter how much money I have, none of it is allocated for paying for an attorney for Janelle's bogus claims. She can make up some lies and make me spend more money. She's going to keep hurting me by taking me to court and trying to ruin my reputation. It's always the man's fault when a woman does something really bad. When he reacts, it's always the man's fault, even if he's just calling her out on her BS, David said. David then stated that he works every day and that he's working right now by being on TikTok. He insists that he has several jobs, but failed to reveal what it is that he does other than putting his mug on TikTok and begging for cash. Wow. Okay. I wish I would have seen that. If anybody got that recorded, please hit me up and let me know. So maybe I can show it to you guys on here if anybody has it. Email it to me at netnet216@gmail.com. I don't know why when I see this article come out, because the article came out like probably just after they got out of court. I don't know why I didn't think to jump on TikTok. And I said before in previous streams that more than likely that's why he's doing TikTok, is to pay for court, is to pay for his attorney fees. Because not only is not only does he not have money for this, but Janelle has also stopped paying his attorney fees for his criminal cases as well, from what I've been told. So this is Janelle and her attorney leaving. Kind of look like Dustin Sullivan from the bag, but it's not. It's the TikTok guy. Yes, if anybody finds it, email it to me. I'll be looking on Reddit as well. He has 3 kids. Marissa, Caden, and Inslee. Yep. Toasted, I haven't heard anything about that, but I'll check into that. So he has never worked his beer in his budget and worked on his boat that Janelle bought him and everything he owns. She should have listened to Barbara and the MTV producers about him. Exactly. She definitely should have. I know people there's like mixed reviews about Barbara, but I think Barbara has always I think she reads people well. I think that's like very early on, she could read David. She's like, no, I don't like this. I don't like this. Did she wear David's shirt to court? I wondered that. I wondered that as well. I was like, is she wearing David? Is that like a symbol of well, I miss you, but I can't get back with you? I doubt it. I really doubt it. I really think Janelle, and I hope this is the case. I really hope this is the time that Janelle is done, because we know she left before and they were separated for some time, but she went back. I hope this is the time that she just leaves and never comes back. I know. Elegantly wasted. Yep. Yes, I did see. Okay, let's talk a little bit about that. So Janelle pulled the kids out of school, out of public school. She is now homeschooling them. And from my understanding, until this RO goes into effect, if those kids are out of her home, Inslee, David can show up and have lunch with Inslee. And David is the type that if he shows up to have lunch with Inslee, he'll be there talking. So what's your mama doing? This is just my opinion. What's your mama doing? There's been any guys over? Your mama's the reason this is happening. So I don't blame her. I would take the kids out until the RO went into effect and he can't go bother them at school and harass them at school, because I no doubt feel like that's probably what was happening. More than likely, he was showing up for school lunches or showing up for events and probably saying things to Inslee that she should not even be involved in. But the school can't stop him. And the school also can't stop him from showing up at school and checking Inslee out and taking her with him, because there's no court order giving Janelle custody at this moment. And if Janelle found out David went and got her and said, call the cops and said, I need to go get my kid. My ex-husband has her, my soon-to-be ex-husband. We're in the middle of a divorce. They'll say, is there any custody in place? As a judge signed off on custody, do you have full custody? Like, she would say no. And then they would say, well, there's not really much we can do until that happens. So David could literally show up. So if I was Janelle, I'd be keeping my kid at home too. Not going to lie. So Janelle didn't get all done up for court this time. Well, she is wearing some white heels and some white slacks. There's the heels, like tan slacks. I don't know if she's wearing like a tight shirt in the front and just wore that like kind of over it. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is what she wore. Speaking from experience, if you do not have a court order legally, David can actually come and get Inslee and hold her from Janelle until there's a court order, and that could take weeks. Absolutely. That could take weeks, months. Exactly. That's how the law works. 100%. So definitely what needs to happen is I agree with her wholeheartedly, taking the kids out of school. I agree with her keeping Inslee under her wing until this can get situated. Because I feel like David is the type that would do something like that to be vindictive. I haven't heard that, and I don't think that's the case. I wouldn't think that he would be Team David because Nathan knows how much Kaiser dislikes David. Did he ask the judge to be able to see Inslee today? Not to my knowledge. To my knowledge, the only thing he said is, I need a continuance. I don't have the money. So. Oh, I'm so glad you brought this up, Jamie. Isn't it telling that Jace hasn't ran away this time? David is definitely the problem. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, she was hoping that the RO would be approved, and she pulled them out when it wasn't. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, Nathan posted on Twitter a couple of years ago, like pictures of his son, like bruises and stuff, and added the North Carolina, Wilmington, CPS, and the police department. It was like nobody's doing anything about this. My son has admitted to me and my mother that David has hit him. Here are bruises. Here's messages between me and Janelle, like going back and forth over it, and they are doing nothing. I remember. I mean, so I don't know. I don't think David would be. I don't think Nathan would be on David's side. I really don't. Um, yeah, Nathan has a way bigger fish to fry than to get involved in this mess. He has no leg to stand on. Yep. So yeah, I took my kid out of school for this reason. I hope Janelle stays single for a long time. Yeah, I just hope she focuses on the kids because, and maybe I'm giving her more grace than I should, but I don't know. I'm feeling like doing it right now. I just think it's been bad, and I think Janelle has her issues, but I'm hoping that this has kind of like maybe she's realized, like, man, like my kids has went through all of this, so I'm getting rid of him, and I'm going to focus on my kids, and I really hope she does. I talked to Nathan. He wouldn't discuss it, but because he doesn't want anything leaked. I really think Nathan is concerned about his son. Point blank. Thank you, Tyler. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Anyways, you guys, that's what it is. Nathan showed up to court, no attorney. It's been pushed out for another 3 weeks, and he went on TikTok Live, basically saying, "I don't have any money." Wait, L, his TikTok is in our mod chat. What TikTok? Oh, okay. Somebody posted it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we'll watch that, and later today we may go over it. David said in the live that she's too lazy to get the kids to school, make lunches, pack them up, etc. I wouldn't doubt that he would say that. I wouldn't doubt that we would say that. One thing that I will say about Janelle is, God, I'm gonna get you like Janelle all of a sudden. Why no? But one thing that I will say about Janelle, based off like her videos, her TikToks, like she seems to get up early, go to bed late. Like we see the TikToks of her cooking. We've seen the TikToks of her taking the kids out to the beach, whatever. So I don't know. We don't see everything, but I don't know. I mean, at this point, Jace probably gets himself up and gets ready. Kaiser probably does the majority of his getting ready. And Inslee probably ain't that hard. And then she could just take him to school and come back and sleep all day if she wants. So I don't know. But I would definitely homeschool them. I think that would be the best thing to do right now, just to make sure that David can't get access to Inslee. But anyways, it's not going to look good that David has a son that he hasn't seen in years and wasn't able to see due to an RO keeping him away. So yeah, I think this is going to work out in her favor, and I hope it does because I do think he is like off his rocker. So we're going to continue to keep up with this, you guys. Somebody said, one of my mods said that the TikTok stream is in my mod chat. So I have some errors I have to run, and then I'm going to check that out, and we will go over that whenever I get back. If I do have enough, we can go over. So like, share, subscribe. 3 weeks they're going to be back in court, and at that time, I do suspect that David will have a DVRO placed against him by Janelle. So you guys leave me your thoughts. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you want to keep up with this situation, with this topic, because we stay on top of everything concerning David and Janelle. Also, I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. So please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.